What it is, people. It's your boy, the Badwolf, here to bring you guys more information. All right, so before we get going, once again, thank you for coming here. Hopefully, you guys have subscribed to the channel, because if you're watching this, probably means somebody told you to come check out this channel because of good, positive word of mouth, because that's how we do it here. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and all of yous. Okay. All right, so also, thank you guys for subscribing to this channel and to the monthly paid subscription service. If you haven't done that, go ahead and check that out. For those people who don't know, I have a secondary channel. It's a personal channel, and that one is the Badwolf Media Channel. Okay, I'm going to bring you like personal stuff, things I've tried, haven't tried, whatever, just the goods, the bads, the ugly, everything, different kind of weird stories, crazy stuff, whatever else. I'm even going to talk a little bit about stuff that I don't talk about on this channel in there, so go get it. Thank you for the donations, and don't forget to check out blacksite32.com for the files, for consultations, for the free downloads, offers, and discounts on various things. So that being said, let's get going. All right, so this particular video is going to be about the VCCR, the UN, and treaties and such. Sorry, plane going over. One moment, please. Okay, so I'm not going to go into everything in detail. Just kind of want to give you guys a quick executive kind of summary of it. Now, the UN is the United Nations, for some of you guys who don't know, and that basically is the pact or treaty where all of the nations, especially all the recognized nations, have come together to basically, say that they're all on the same level, we're neutral, and agree to how they deal with each other's citizens and the world and things of that nature. Now, not all of them belong to the UN. Some do, some don't. The UN in some of their treaties does talk about people like us U.S. nationals, that not only are we still under America, but more so the fact that if you have you are part of the international community is what they call us, and I think I'll point that out later on. So if you guys want to, you're creating your own documents, creating your own declarations for your nations, and don't forget, if you guys want to join our community of nations, feel free to check that out on blacksite32.com for $40. I will send you a notarized letter from the king himself, stating that we recognize you and your nation, because we've been recognized by micronations, and so we're going to pass it on to you guys. Anyway, as you guys are creating your own stuff, if you go to the United Nations website here, you can go through their treaties and find out what immunities you have, especially in other countries and when dealing with foreign agents. Now, remember, as a foreign national, a United States of America non-citizen national, American national state citizen, everything that's on the federal jurisdiction, when you've done this properly, is considered foreign to you, and just like they are considered foreign to us. Okay, so that allows you to fall underneath various immunities and privileges. And for those people who, like me, if you are running your own micronation, okay, you are the consulate. You are the king, the potentate, the law enforcement. You are all that within your own nation. Okay, so you're everything that you need to be. So that being said, when getting in trouble, they are supposed to allow you to talk to your consulate and work out an arrangement to get you out of your situation. Well, if you're the head guy at your own consulate, you need to be saying, well, I'm a dignitary and you guys have to let me go. So let's get into this a little bit more and see what it has to say here. So, the convention was adopted on 22 April 1963 by the United Nations Conference of the Consular Relations, and it goes into all the, who was all there, when each one of these people joined, each country. So, United States of America, okay, America, not the U.S., okay, even though they're affiliated. we U.S. nationals, April 24th, 1963, and March 10th of 1970. Let's see. So that is, the signature was on the first date, and it was ratified or ascension or secession on that second date. Okay. The plane, boss. Okay, let's drop down here. Okay. So like I said, I'm not going to go through all of the wording. If you guys want to find out more about them, what their powers are, and what interesting things they have in their treaties, by all means, feel free to go to the site. Now, this particular site is called Hauser Global Law School Program, and they're talking about, this is an update, or which is a guide to research on the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations Notification Requirements. Okay, so this is one excerpt out of this whole long treaty that you can go through, but I just thought you guys might find this part interesting. Okay, so this is Article 36 out of the whole thing. So if you guys want some good reading, you're gonna have to go through the whole thing and read it and whatever else. Okay, I have not read the whole thing, just sections of it. But when I came across this particular section, I was like, they might want to hear this. Okay, so Article 36 of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, to which 179 nations are party, requires a nation arresting or detaining a foreign national to afford the detainee access to his or her consulate. Okay? So we're going to take a break right there for 1 second and go into this. Now, I've been watching some other people's videos. Now, with us directly, those people who've gotten all the files, who've done all the proper things with their vehicles, have had almost no problems. As a matter of fact, we have tons and tons of court successes where even some judges were like, either we're just now being taught this, police officers running people's stuff and letting them go because we know what we're talking about on this channel. We're living this. I'm living this. Some of you guys are doing it right. But for those of you guys out there who are, you have to do all the steps and you have to do them in the proper order. You can't just jump in your car, start doing your thing, and then you didn't set out any of your notifications. Now, some other channels might tell you to do that, and that's fine if you want to do that, but I'm seeing these people having problems with the police because they don't know who you are. You didn't send it to the chief of police. You didn't send it to your governor, your mayor, whatever else. You didn't put your things on record. You didn't get your car and stuff done right. And then you don't know what to tell them because you haven't downloaded their manuals to know how to speak and tell them you're a foreign national, you're operating in the private. You have to do those things first before you start mucking around with your car and just going out there and doing these things. You have to close out your accounts and do those things. Now, if you guys are under consular or embassy protection, then okay, hey, do what you guys want to do. But keep in mind, this is where it's also going to kind of benefit you guys. But you need to have those other things really, really done in place, and you need to be able to, the moment that, if that's what you have in place, they start approaching a car, contact your consulate and have them on speakerphone. Don't sit there and talk to the cops and then be like, okay, I now want to call my consulate. Call them immediately as soon as it happens. Get them on the line, have them on speakerphone, and roll. Okay? It's a little tidbit for you guys. So let's go on. So they have to allow you to be able to notify the foreign nationals the right of consular access. So in a number of U.S. cases involving foreign nationals, defendants have raised the issue of failure by the detaining authorities, your LEOs, to make the necessary notifications. Many of these cases have involved the death penalty, and a number of cases have been heard by the U.S. Supreme Court. Okay? A series of U.S. Supreme Court decisions have underscored the difficulty of the issue. Treaties are negotiated on behalf of the United States, while arrests and prosecutions are often made on behalf of local law on that level. Okay, so although the principles of the U.S. Compliance with the treaty obligations is accepted, enforcement has been spotty, and there have been no meaningful penalty for non-compliance. So foreign governments have brought challenges to the United States and international courts of justice, which have ruled against the United States on 3 occasions during the period from 1998 to 2004. Following the latest ICJ rulings, the Bush administration withdrew from optional protocol of the Consular Convention, submitting to the jurisdiction of the International Courts of Justice. This guy describes sources required to research the issue of compliance with the Vienna Convention notification obligation with a focus on the United States, whether the need is of a practical or scholarly nature. So here you see that they're basically talking about how the United States, okay, hasn't necessarily always been compliant in this particular issue, which is why you might have to bring this up to your UN, your International Court of Justice, which is another level to take it to, if they're not giving you your rights. Okay, these things are out here, guys. You guys have to do the work. I'm bringing it to you. You're going to have to read these things and know what's going on to protect yourself. You can't just go, oh, I found a willy-nilly way to not have the cops be able to bother me so easily. But then you don't know how to enforce it. You're not calling your consulate right immediately when you're getting bothered. You don't know how to stand on your own square, your own rights. You're not making your proclamations, declarations to these places. And that's why you're going to have trouble, okay? And you can do everything right and still have trouble, to be honest. But you need to know how to then go to the next people, your Department of Justice, your Attorney Generals, send them all letters. You remember, I told you guys before, you are not a U.S. national if you don't have a stack of envelopes, letters, and stamps ready to go by your computer, because that's how these things are done. The pen is mightier than the sword. So that's it, guys. Talk to you later. Stay wise, stay woke, stay aware. U.S. national, and I'm out of here.